Happy New Year's Eve, college basketball fans. Today I'm going to give you guys my top 10 transfer players in college basketball. As we all know, last offseason we had the most players transfer to a new team in college basketball history, and a lot of those players have found new homes with their new teams and have been killing it in college basketball this season. I'm going to give you guys my top 10. I just want to say real quick, subscribe if you guys are new, drop me a like if you guys enjoy, and yeah guys, let's get started. All right, I have one honorable mention before we get to the actual top 10, and that is D'Moi Hodge there at Missouri. And really, all these Missouri transfers as a collective group come in for this honorable mention spot. Dennis Gates, with his first year at head coach there at Missouri, hit the transfer portal hard before his first season there, and he picked up D'Moi Hodge, who was originally at Cleveland State. He came in here this season and is averaging 16 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game. He also picked up guys like Noah Carter and Nick Honor, who have been really helping this team as well. And Missouri and Dennis Gates are off to a really hot start. So them as a collective group coming in at my honorable mention here. And now let's get into our actual top 10, because at number 10, we have out of Duquesne University, Day Grant. And Day Grant is an absolute bucket. He's averaging 17 points per game, 4 assists per game, and 2 rebounds per game. He was at Miami of Ohio University years prior, and he transferred to Duquesne and really has helped his team become one of the top teams in the A10 conference this season. Now, the A10 conference has not been that great, but they have a chance to win that conference and sneak out a bid to the NCAA tournament. If they do get that bid, I almost guarantee you it is because of Day Grant making plays. He is not the most efficient player in the world. He shoots 42% from the field, but he is the number one scoring option. He's putting up a lot of shots, and he is helping Duquesne win games, so you can't fault him too much for that. He's putting up the shots, and he's helping Duquesne get some W's. Coming in next here at number 9, we do have out of Pitt University, and you guys know that I hate Pitt. I am a WVU fan, but I will give some credit to this guy, Blake Hinson, the transfer from Ole Miss, came into Pitt this season, and he is helping Pitt have one of their best seasons in a while. They just beat North Carolina yesterday, and he is averaging 17 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game, shooting 50% from the field. He is having a really good season, and Blake Hinson deserves a spot here on this list. At number 8, we do have the transfer from Murray State. He followed his head coach over to LSU to play an SEC play, and that is the center at LSU, KJ Williams, and he's putting up pretty much the exact numbers that he was over there with the Racers. He's getting 18 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, shooting 55% from the field, and really killing it. He's going to be one of the better big men there in the SEC conference. I'm very interested to see how it translates once they get more into conference play. LSU did upset Arkansas at home, but KJ Williams didn't have the best game in that one, so I'm interested to see if he can keep up this production, getting deeper and deeper into conference play. But so far this season, he's been killing it. KJ Williams coming in here at number 8 for me. At number 7, we do have, staying in the SEC, the team that LSU just beat from Arkansas, Ricky Council IV, and he transferred over from Wichita State and has been a really consistent bucket getter for this Razorbacks team, averaging 18 a game, 3 rebounds a game, 2 assists per game, shooting 48% from the field. And with the injuries that this Arkansas team has had, he has really stepped up. I mean, even before the injuries, he was getting the buckets. They're going to need him. They're going to need Jordan Walsh, Anthony Black to really step it up. Need him to stay consistent because he's doing a phenomenal job right now. So they need him throughout conference play. Ricky Council IV coming in here at number 7. Coming in next here at number 6, we have the first of 2 transfers that came over from the Florida Gators, and that is the Wake Forest guard, Tyree Appleby. Now, Tyree Appleby, he has really stepped into Alondes Williams' spot, who was killing it at the point guard position there for Wake Forest last season. And Tyree Appleby is helping this Wake Forest team pick up some good wins Are they going to be consistent enough to make the tournament, though? I'm not sure, but still, he is making quite the name for himself, putting up 18 points per game, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field and 42% from 3. So a very efficient scorer here is Appleby, and he is getting the spot here at number 6. At number 5, we are heading back down to the mid-majors, and that is because Chattanooga has a big man that has been putting up some unreal numbers and helping the Mocs, and that is Jake Stevens. He is a transfer from VMI, aka Virginia Military Institute, and at Chattanooga this season, he has been putting up big numbers, 21 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game, shooting 54% from the field. I mean, what a monster Chattanooga has there. So look out for them to make some noise with their new big men. Coming in next here at number 4, and really all 4 of these top 4 guys deserve a high spot on this list. They have all been killing it in their own rights, and I'm a big fan of a lot of these guys. But coming in here at number 4, we do have the transfer from Texas Tech University, Terrence Shannon Jr. He transferred over to Illinois this season, and early on in the season, he was looking like he could be an AP Player of the Year candidate. He is putting up 18 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game, shooting 45% from the field and above 35% from three-point range. So putting up some big-time numbers. Illinois has had their struggles as of late, though, losing to teams like Penn State, losing to teams like Missouri pretty bad. So they're going to need Terrence Shannon Jr. as they get into Big Ten play more and more to step it up and see that production they had from them that they did early on. That's why he's coming in at number 4 below these other 3 guys, because as of late, Illinois has had their struggles and they are going to need Terrence Shannon Jr. to get back to that. Up, we have coming in here at number 3 from Providence University, Bryce Hopkins, and this guy is definitely a top 3 transfer for me. He had a monster game against Marquette whenever Providence did beat them in double overtime, scoring almost 30 points. He's averaging 16 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game, shooting 48% from the field and 35% from 3 as a pretty big guy. So those are impressive numbers. He's a do-it-all type of guy, and he transferred over to the Friars from Kentucky University, and man, Kentucky could use a Bryce Hopkins on this team now, because I'm really surprised that they let him get away. He is really the perfect 4 to have right there beside Oscar Tshiebwe, a guy who can shoot, drive it to the rack, do it all, help Oscar get those boards as well. But man, what a pickup for this Providence team, and I think the Friars are a lot better than any of us really expected them to be. They are going to be an NCAA tournament team, and a lot has to do with Bryce Hopkins and how good of a season he is having, and he is only a sophomore, so they can get some really good years out of him. He's coming in here at number 3. Coming in here now at number 2, we have a guy with a really inspirational story. He is our second transfer coming from Florida University, and his new school is the Kansas State Wildcats. That is Keontae Johnson. He had that bad collapse 2 years ago on the court in the middle of the game. He's had some trouble with his heart, and so happy to see Keontae Johnson have such a good season this year. He is putting up 17 points per game, 7 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game, shooting 58% from the field and 45% from behind the 3-point arc. Not only is he putting up some big time numbers, but really good shooting splits, really efficient from the field, and I'm super happy to see him doing so well. Big shout out to Keontae Johnson. He's coming in at number 2 on our top transfers list. A lot of people thought he wouldn't play basketball again, and he's back and helping Kansas State to an 11-1 start. And coming in at number 1 on this list, we have a transfer that stuck around in his league in the AAC, and that is Kendrick Davis, transferred from SMU over to Memphis and has really been killing it for Penny Hardaway. Not only is he a point guard who can score the rock, but he is a do-it-all type of guy. He can shoot, he can drive, he can defend, he can pass, like one of the best passers in the country for sure as well. He's averaging 19 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 3 rebounds a game. And dude is a bucket. He's coming in at number 1 on this list because he is really the heart and soul of this Memphis team. He does it all. He creates plays for his teammates. He also hits his shots, and I believe he could help Memphis deep into the tournament and really help them all season long. I mean, Memphis is going to have a good year because of Kendrick Davis. He's coming in here at number 1 on this list. But that is going to do it for my top 10 transfer players at this point in the season. Let me know down below in the comment section, who do you think has been the best transfer so far this season? And let me know in the comment section if there's anyone that I missed. And make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. Like I said, we do a ton of college basketball content here on the channel pretty much daily. You don't want to miss it. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm out.